All right, thanks, Tyler. 6:14 now. In just over 12 hours, all eyes will be on the presidential candidates for their first showdown on the debate stage.
And joining us live this morning from Atlanta, Georgia, is our political correspondent, Joe St. George, to preview tonight's debate. Joe, good morning. Let's start with a recap of the rules for tonight's debate. We know President Biden and former President Trump haven't seen each other in a while, and this one will be different tonight. So what will make tonight's debate so unique?
Yeah, I like the words you use, different, unique. Everything about this debate is different and unique. For one, this is in late June. This isn't September, October. That's when we're used to these presidential debates happening. But remember, as the campaigns remind us political reporters frequently, it's no longer just election day. It's really voting season. In some swing states, there will be some ballots cast at the end of September. The Biden campaign really initiated this late June date. Clearly, they felt that they couldn't wait that long, perhaps to get their candidate, President Biden, on the debate stage. Former President Trump quickly, eagerly accepting the debate just a few weeks ago. As far as the rules, remember, the Presidential Debate Commission was completely abandoned by the campaigns this year. This is very much CNN's debate. It'll be their anchors moderating, Jake Tapper, Dana Bash, 90 minutes. I think the big difference, though, for people watching at home will be the microphones. They'll be muted. So for when one candidate is speaking, the other candidate's mics will be muted. That will prevent, I think, from the debate going fully off the rails, as may perhaps some thought some debates in 2020 happened. You may see a candidate talking, but you won't really be able to understand what exactly they are saying. We shall see, guys, if there is a big moment tonight that changes the reality that this is a very close race.
A lot of people probably saying thank goodness to the mic muting.
Yeah, because last time it was both candidates talking over each other, so a big difference there. And Joe, with this being the first national debate and millions expected to watch, how have the candidates prepared ahead of tonight's showdown?
A little differently. Former President Trump certainly had the most ambitious schedule the last several days, delivering campaign speeches. You wouldn't know that necessarily there was much a debate happening in a few days if you looked at his calendar, although behind the scenes he was receiving policy briefings, United States senators updating him on the latest things in the world. Remember, he was president before, so he has a good grasp of the world, but things have changed in 4 years, certainly in the Middle East, certainly in Eastern Europe. So that's how former President Trump has prepared. His campaign really downplaying, though, how much he has prepared for tonight's debate. President Biden, well, we know that he spent really close to a week at Camp David doing mock scenarios. What would it be like to be in a room with someone like former President Donald Trump? That's typically what happens. You even have individuals typically during debate prep that pretend to be the other candidate, perhaps try to deliver a line or attempt to interrupt. We shall see, again, who candidate looks like they prepared the most for this debate when the cameras come on a little bit later this evening. As far as where the candidates go after, President Biden will head to North Carolina. Former President Donald Trump heads to the state of Virginia. The Trump campaign hopes to make Virginia a swing state if they have a good debate performance this evening.
All right, in the words of Joe St. George, we shall see.
We shall see
What happens tonight. Joe joining us live this morning from Atlanta, Georgia. A busy Atlanta, by the way, just before the presidential debate. Thank you, Joe. Well, historically, the first debate of the election cycle has the biggest audience. In fact, in 2020, you heard Joe reference that the first debate between these two same candidates had more than 73 million viewers on TV. That's according to Nielsen, about 10 million more than the previous one.
Yeah, and ahead of tonight's debate, we wanted to know if people in the Milwaukee area were going to be watching President Biden and former President Trump face off. TMJ4 News Today spoke with voters in Shorewood about the debate, and it was mixed between Kristen, John, Chris, and Nelson on who would be watching.
I'm wondering if you're planning on watching it.
Absolutely not. It's too stressful for me. I feel like I'm not a big supporter of either, really.
I plan on tuning in. I'm actually going to be on the road tomorrow, so I won't see it live, but I'll definitely be watching.
Debates have always been part of my, I would say, my keeping, but this is particularly, I would say, interesting.
Now, the voters we talked to did have specific issues that they would like to hear about, and we'll hear more from them ahead on This Morning. 25 now, and welcome back. In today's Talker, a lifelong Milwaukee Brewers fan is getting the chance of a lifetime this weekend as she will be throwing out the first pitch.
This
Pretty
is
cool.
such a sweet story. 97-year-old Catherine Halber was chosen through the team's Superfan Spotlight Recognition Program after her son nominated her. She says she remembers listening to Brewers games on the radio when she was a young girl. Since she is now legally blind, she has continued to follow her beloved team on the radio. The staff at her Fond du Lac nursing home has been helping her practice for the big day.
We think it's pretty neat. Our family's very excited, right, Mom?
Yes, they are.
And we've got like 52 family members and friends and staff here from St. Francis traveling down to Milwaukee to witness Mom throwing out the first ball.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't love this even more. Saturday's game against the Cubs will be just the second Brewers game that Halber has attended in her entire life. To be 97 years old, to be a lifelong fan, to be able to still listen to the game that you love so much and the team that you love so much, to be able to do this, it's just beautiful.
And I love that her son nominated her and that they chose her. And 52 people that will be going to the game with her. That's a pretty big group. And then watching this footage of her practice, she's got a pretty good arm.
And this isn't just any game. I mean, this is a Saturday game against the Cubs. I mean, what about a good game to go to throw the first pitch? I mean, that's just incredible too. And I think, you know, there's other celebrities, I think of like 50 Cent, who had awful first pitches. She's already got it in the bag.
Got it down.
At 97.
She's ready to go at 97.
All right, well, if you're traveling to the game this week,